Okay. Hello. Hi. So next part of tracking. Uh, today it's going to be a maybe a detailed call, uh, a little longer video because I'm going to cover multiple topics or multiple websites, but they are interlinked to each other, and it is all about products. So this is going to be one of the most important videos, even if you have forgotten or you missed out, tricks about searching. Um, that's I wouldn't say okay, but yeah, still it's okay because um, that those are mostly tricks. But this is something which is essential. This is something which you should be mastering. You should know about this, and these are very important websites, important solutions, important tools for you to learn as an analyst. Okay, so let's dive in. So today the video is all going to be mostly about products, how to find about products, where to find that information, what to look into that information, and a lot of other details. So let's dive into the first website. The first website is called DrugBank. DrugBank is a subscriber-based website, but it also provides free, you know, free deep dive into drugs. So what we'll do is so if we go for DrugBank, this is the first link you should get. Again, this is a very amazing website. You a lot of details are there. So let me just show you. So let's dive in into this website. So once we go into this website, this is the first page. So firstly, you can look for drugs, you can look for targets, pathways, and indications. So you can get all these information, explore from here. Uh, drug knowledge base is there. Then interaction checker is also there. Uh, Only it will do, as a free version, it will check only 5 drugs interaction at a time. Probably will not touch base upon this today because again, today we are talking about only drug profiling, but other details about drugs we will discuss maybe in one of our next tools, next calls. So this website has so many different options for academic research and so on and so forth. So let's just go with drug, very basic. So let's go for pembrolizumab. I look for pembrolizumab. So here comes the pembrolizumab. So if in case there were more than one pembrolizumab, like for example biosimilars, then we would have, or at least biosimilars which are registered on this. There are biosimilars, but biosimilar registered on this, you could have gotten more options of it. Uh, okay, so they've recently posted this. I think this is a white paper or something. Please do read out because check out this as well because they post some good material actually. So there is a free version also, and then there is a subscription package also. Uh, I don't think so. You need a subscription package at this moment, but if your company is providing, if you're working for an organization like Novartis, PwC, or any of the big names, you probably would have the subscription of this. And then if you have subscription of this, then you have a lot of details which are actually not which are probably not given here. Will not be given as a free user to me. So let's just dive in. So it will first tell you about the summary of the product that pembrolizumab is a PD-1 blocker antibody and used to treat various oncology like this. Okay. So from this only you got to understand that one, it's an antibody. It blocks PD-1. So its MOA becomes PD-1 and it is a monoclonal antibody. How do I know it is a monoclonal antibody? Because of my experience, but this will be clearer in the few more steps. Its brand name. So all the brand names will be enlisted here. Then its generic name. So pembrolizumab, we have already searched it. DrugBank accession, it's a unique, identification. So you can save it like that also. Now it is about the background of the drug. So it is a highly selective IgG4 kappa humanized monoclonal antibody. So one thing about monoclonal antibody is that monoclonal antibodies are of multiple types. This is going to be a homework. Probably read about these, how many types of monoclonal antibodies are there, and how do we identify that which is monoclonal, sorry, which is humanized, which is unhumanized, which is of the other types, basically. Okay. So antibody, again, as I told you, it's a monoclonal antibody and it's written over here. It has given a detailed interaction in interchange blocks, what bonds and whatnot. So I probably don't need that. But if someone needs a information, it's given there. A little bit of a history. It is developed by Merck and Co. First approved for malignant, metastatic malignant melanoma, sorry, not myeloma, melanoma, by FDA on 4th September 2014. And becoming the first approved therapy against PD-1. So it is also a first PD-1 approved molecule, and it is also first approved in melanoma, malignant melanoma. Its biological classification is protein-based therapy, monoclonal antibody. Its chemical formula is structure, its protein average weight, its sequence, which you can download in a faster format, which you can use it on the bioinformatics tool for a lot of analysis purposes. I'll not go into that detail. Okay, there are synonyms of this drug. Merck's 3475, MK3475, this. Then SCH, SCH 900475. So what is this SCH? SCH is actually Skerling Prog, one of the companies which Merck acquired very long back. It's, if you go into the history of Merck, you will know that Scadding and Blow is the company name which Merck acquired, and then yeah. So I think this also tells you that this molecule is a way back molecule when it was acquired. Okay, indications. So it has got approved, as I've already told you multiple times. Keytruda has been approved into multiple indications. So here is the list of those indications. I will also tell you about one of this other source also. So now, here you can see that you have to create a account, free account to to look into this information used in combination to treat uh, endometrial cancer in combination with Linbacterium. Okay, approval level, all these details you will be able to see it once you create an account. So there are 104 entries to it, so you can scroll to all these entries basically. Okay. Now, contradiction and black box. You can go into this and you can check out the adverse contradiction in black box. Again, black box and contradictions is also available in another source, and actually that source would be a highly authentic source. But yes, you can get this information from here as well. Pharmacodynamics, about the PD effects. You can read it here. About the mechanism of action, you can read it here. It's about the absorption. One, it is intravenously, so you get to understand what is the route of administration. Okay. Volume of distribution. The steady state volume of distribution of amyloid approximately 6 liters. Here is the reference to that. Okay. Now protein binding. Does it bind or not bind to the plasma protein? It does not bind. About the metabolism, route of half-life. What's the half-life? So this is also an important information, because when you are assessing very early stage molecules, a lot of clients sometimes ask us about what's the half-life of this molecule or not. So for that information, you can always, use this. Sorry. Okay. So that now about the clearance, adverse events again, typically adverse events and data, black box data warnings will be externally posted. So you can look into this after clicking here. Toxicity, pathway, genetics, then drug interaction. So what are the, you can look into 5 drug interactions. There are 201 entries basically. So you can look into these drug interactions, vet approvals, nutraceuticals, and all the other categories basically. So in approved, these are there. Then we have for vet, okay, nutraceutical. Okay, for everything you have to create account. Okay, you might not need this information at this level, but again, if you are not working for a CI team, but you are working for, let's say, medical affairs or communication teams, then probably they might ask you this information. So again, this is a good platform to have this information. Now, as a brand name, marketing. So US, Europe, when they started the marketing, you will get that information here. Okay. So Keytruda intravenous not applicable. I mean, okay, marketing end is not starting is for US, Canada. So they, how many entries? 6 entries. So if you look into this, there are US, Europe, this kind of entry basically. Then ATC code, I don't think so you need it. Uh, Categories, it is toxinomy, affected organs. These all information you probably don't need it. References, very good point. You definitely need these references for sure. Then for CAC drug external datas, drug.com, Wikipedia. So you have links for a lot of other external platforms also here. So we will go on to RX listing. We'll go on drug.com also. I was about to show you drug.com. You can download MSDS. Again, you don't need it. And now this is about clinical trials. This will only be available only to the subscribers. So even free account creators, it will not be available. So I'll not be much bothered about this because you can get this all data on clinicaltrial.gov. Again, I'll be talking about that in future. Dosage forms, multiple dosage forms, and strengths. You can find that here. Properties, water soluble or not. Again, this is about targets and its references. So, target and the references is given here. PD1. This is more information, and that's it. So, PD1 molecules are of two types, PD1s and PDL1. So, it is talking about both the targets. PD1 protein, you can see program cell death protein 1, and then there is program cell death 1 ligand 1, PDL1 basically. So yeah, this is all about the history of a product, and you can get a lot of details from here. Now, second source which I will talk about. Okay. Now, the second source which I'll talk about is not the drug.com, but I'll first tell you about the product prescriber information. So, a lot of people have ignored this, especially in India. A lot of people ignore this, which is there is always a leaflet. So when you go and buy a cough syrup or any drug. So Usually you don't know, but that if you're buying a capsule or a tablet, the box which it comes in, it has got a paper, a sheet of paper, probably like a A3 size sort of paper, which has got a lot of details about that product. So you'll mostly find it in a cough syrup. So a cough syrup comes usually with a box, and that box has a paper inside it, which is usually thrown away. Nobody reads it. And not just in India, I've seen it in US as well. I've seen it in UK as well when I was studying there. So nobody pays attention to that paper, but that paper is a very important paper. And then in US, it is given with every drug. It is called prescriber information. So what does that mean? Prescriber information is, or prescribing information is that the drug which is being prescribed to the person, it's for that basically, for that person, for the patient basically, this prescriber information. You can read that about, and that's that PI, prescriber information paper or document, I would rather say. It's a very important paper about that product because it gives you a detailed history of that product. So let me just close it before I miss it. Okay, so how to find a prescriber information? Most of the time, prescriber information is for especially for big drugs. For um, um, a product like Keytruda, which are multi-million dollars products, or specialty drugs basically. You'll find a prescriber because they already have a website, so it's very easy. There are two ways of getting a prescriber information, and that PI is available, one on FDA and two on the company website. So let's just check out the company website first. Sorry, product website. So let's just check out the product website. I typed in Keytruda. First website it showed me is Keytruda website. I click on the Keytruda website. It will open here. Once it opens, again, this website itself has a plethora of information. You can read about this. A lot of information is available on this website. Um, Patient support programs, co-pay programs, education resources, and so on and so forth. But today we are not discussing about that. Let's go to the prescribing information. So I'll click on the PI. Once I click on the PI, this kind of a PDF opens up. So here you can see it's a 165-page PDF. Okay. So what it will show you, this PDF will first highlight that does not include and needed to be used safely and a full prescriber information for Keytruda. Is an injection, intravenous use, initial approval 2014. We have already seen in drug.com that on September 4, 2014, it got approved. So here is the information. Another very important information which you should always read or check out first is when was this last updated. So usually on the first page itself, it is given, but because Keytruda has got multiple approvals, so you can check it out that it got revised in 8th, which is August 2024. Right now, at this moment, I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video, but yeah, in August 2024, it got updated. Okay, so you can see indication usage, recent major changes, indication and usage one. I mean, 6th after 6th on 6th of June of 2024, it got updated. Dosage and administration, again, June of 2024, and warning and precautions at number 5. These have gone updated in March. So these first precautions were updated in March, and then these were updated, and now in August 2024, other details must have been updated. Now, first is indication and usage. So first it will talk about where it can be used. So I'll focus on it, and you can see in melanoma for the treatment of patient with unresectable and metastatic melanoma. In melanoma, for adjuvant treatment. So again, I'm not sure if you guys know about adjuvant, non-adjuvant, the line of therapies in oncology. I am going to take a session about line of therapies in oncology. But at this moment, let's just go with this. As an adjuvant treatment, again, it's a different line of treatment for adults and pediatric population. And when you say pediatric, 12 age and older, 12 years and older, for which patients which are stage 2B, 2C, and 3 of melanoma, following complete resection. Resection is basically surgery, and usually adjuvant therapies are done in oncology are done after given after resections or uh, surgeries basically. Similarly, for NSCLC, again, I'm not going to go into the detail. What all information it gives you, I'll give you a certain example, few summary points. It gives you information. It gives you information like uh, line of therapies. It gives you information like after which treatment, uh, which combination, at what stages, if there are any biomarkers specifically, and also it gives you if there is any companion diagnostic and diagnosis is involved within this. So here is one example. See, in gastric cancer, in combination with trastuzumab, 5-FU, platinum containing chemotherapy like cisplatin, carboplatin, those kind of therapies for the first line of treatment in adults with advanced unresectable metastatic HER2 positive. So biomarker is a HER2 positive gastric cancer or gastroesophageal junction cancer, adenocarcinoma, whose tumor expresses. So when we talk about expression, it's biomarker. So when the tumor expresses PD-L1 biomarker, which is determined by the FDA approved test. So in 1.8, 1.9 section, it has already given a detail about which FDA approved test. Also, there is a FDA page on which you can go and check out that which diagnostic tool or test is being approved with this product basically and for a specific indications. So again, we'll tell you about this in future. Today we are just talking about products. So as I was telling, so it will tell you about the specific thing, and then there are solid tumors also. Let me see if it. So for example, TMB high cancers. So these are basically all sort of cancers which have TMB high. The mutation number is more than equal to 10 mutations per megabase. Please read about this. What is mutation per megabase? This is again, if you're working on oncology, this is one very important aspect to it. I'll try to cover it when I'll cover line of therapies. Okay. Limitation of the use, the safety and effectiveness of Keytruda in pediatric patient with TMB and CNS cancer that have not been established. So pediatric patient, pediatric patient with TMB high CNS systems cancer. So central nervous system cancers, it is not been established. Okay. So yeah, these are the this is all information. Then they will talk about the dosage and administration. So obviously administration is IV, but dosage melanoma 200 mg every 3 weeks. So Q3W or 400 mg Q6W or, or 2 mg per kg up to 200 mg. So if there is a kid involved or pediatric, for pediatric population exactly. So for pediatric population, 2 mg per kg, they need to calculate, but maximum dose is 200 mg basically, and that too is every third week. So for pediatric, there is only one frequency approved, which is every third week, and that too 200 mg maximum. If the weight is less than 100 kg. So for example, a pediatric patient is approximately 100 kg, then it is 200 mg is given to that patient. Otherwise, it's always less than 200 mg. So if it is a 30 kg patient, then as per it, 60 mg should be given to that patient, a pediatric patient basically. Okay, now comes to again for NSCLC, head and neck cancer, then classical Hodgkin's lymphoma, urothelial cancer. So for them, you can see all the dosages are detailed given. Now, dosage form and strength, it comes in an injection which has basically 100 mg per 4 ml, which is 25 mg per ml. So we hope you remember. I just told you about 60 mg. So one need to calculate how much ml is is required for a 60 mg basically. So 2 ml is definitely for for a 50 mg. Then for 10 mg you have to calculate. So I think it's going to be 2.25 mg. Sorry, 2.25 ml for 60 mg basically, or approximately. Okay. There is contraindication, none. And it is given in the fourth section. I'll talk about or to tell you about that as well. Warnings and precautions. So these are warnings. Sometimes there are black box warnings. So when there is a black box warning, it's usually up here. Usually up here. Here there will be a black box, and let me just show you what is black box warning. And how it shows. See, this is how it is mostly written on the PI basically. So there will be a black box. That's why it's called black box warning, because there is a black boundary box, and the details are written inside it that there is a mortality in elderly patient without dementia and so on and so forth. Okay, so moving on. But yeah, these are warnings and precautions. So obviously these are mostly for HCPs, but again, patients should also read them. Then adverse reactions. So all the adverse reactions are given here. Then till here, then FDA MedWatch. You can complain about the register the complaint about the adverse reactions here or on these numbers. Specific population for specific population, advised not to be breastfed. So if you are breastfeeding, then probably don't take the drug, or if you are taking the drug, don't breastfeed the patient kids, because it might get transferred to them. Okay, and now about its content. So here you can see indications, all the indication at usage, administration, form, strength, content, indication. Everything is given in detail, and I hope you remember on the top I've showed you 4, 5.1, 1.9. So see, 1.9 was this gastric cancer. So it's written over here. Then comes warning and precautions, adverse reactions, use in specific population, which we have already: pregnancy, lactation, female male reproduction, pediatric use, geriatric use, all specifically. So usually in all the PIs, these information, these sections remain. It's just that what is written inside them changes. Then a clinical pharmacology, so mechanism of action, dynamics, kinetics, immunogenicity. So everything which we read in the drug.com, most of the information is gathered from here, but it's more segmented and then very easily written, easily understandable. So that's the reason drug.com is mostly used. And apart from that, the companies or the products which do not have their websites, drug.com stores the data for that as well. Now, non-clinical toxicology, animal toxicity, and all the other things are here. Then comes another very important section, which is clinical studies. So if you go on to this section, you will find out that based on which trial, which study, the drug has been approved. for each line. So you remember melanoma. I have told you that it's approved in metastatic, and it is also approved in adjuvant melanoma. So two different kind of stages of melanoma. So it will tell you about that. So let me just show you one. Um, uh, uh, and then there is supplier and storage handling. I'll show you one. Then patient counseling information, and that's it. So, and now there the detailed information goes. So let me just go on to this. If you go here, so ipilimumab naive melanoma patient, it will tell you, see, the approval was based on keynote 006, which ID was this. Patients were randomized in three groups, 10 mg, everything will be given here. Okay, you can read about this. A patient with BRAF V600E mutation positive were not required for prior inhibitor therapy. All the details, and now you see the efficacy results. So overall survival, so deaths were 92 at 10 mg, every 3 week and every 2 week 85, and ipilimumab, it's given as a comparator, 112 deaths occurred uh, out of 277 patients and 279 and 278. So you can see that then PFS is events, PFS events, and PFS median is 4.1 months, and in 10 mg every 2 week is 5.5 months, and ipilimumab it's 2.8. So obviously in comparison to ipilimumab, it has shown better results, and every 3 week has gone shown good results, decent results. Probably 10 mg every 2 week might not have been used, approved for the reason because we saw it's approved 200 mg and 2 mg per kg. Um, so yeah, based on this trial, it has been approved for probably for the safety purposes because safety must have not been great. But see, this was one trial. Then ipilimumab refractory melanoma. So this is another trial. Then for adjuvant treatment, which is the second line kind of a treatment. So the first approval was for the malignant melanoma. So those were approved based on two trials. Okay. Then adjuvant was approved based on keynote 716, and let's see only this or someone else. Yeah, there is another trial, keynote 0454. And then come NSCLC, same first line, this, all these details. And safety data is basically above this, which is clinical studies. Safety data is pharmacodynamics. Where is the safety data? Oh, yes, here is the safety data. So here is your safety data. So what happens is, even if the approval has happened and the trial is running, ongoing basically, then also, results from it gets added, or any other trial which is of the same population or any other, so it gets updated in this PI, and based on it, where it is. Oh, it's already started. It's just that I am going from below to higher. I want to show you the melanoma one because we have only discussed melanoma, so I don't want to. So, yes. So here it is. So yeah, adverse 6.1. So adverse reactions, you get section number 6, adverse reaction, melanoma. Same, you can see get keynote 006, same trial. Then adverse reactions, you can see this 2 weeks and 3 weeks, all great. And then and this adverse reactions, laboratory test reactions, feedbacks, then map refractory melanoma, same trial 002. Then we have adjuvant, you can see 5054, and so on and so forth. So this is a detailed source. So every time you talk about or you research about any product, first and foremost go to its drug.com. The reason for going to drug.com is because you will get the basic information, because sometimes this PI is like this PI is 161 pages. So these PIs become a little overwhelming for anyone who is trying it for the first time, or for the initial searches basically. So the bank and drug.com are two very good platforms to find this information. Okay, and then obviously PI is the ultimate source and the best source for all this information, but starting point can be drug.com. A lot of people go on to Addison site and those kind of places, but I wouldn't do that. Even Wikipedia and all that, I wouldn't suggest you to go and check out Wikipedia and all for a drug. Now, RS list is basically where prescriber information is given. You remember that I have clicked on the external links. So these are the external links. RX list again gives you very detailed information. It's not moving. System is. I think my system is not responding. Now it is overwhelmed. Okay, so I'm back. So you can see a lot of side effects information is given here, dosage, in which combination with what. Okay, about children. So the way of presenting here is RX list is slightly different, and the way of presentation on drug bank is slightly different. So you'll get a lot of information from here. I'll just close it. I think RS list is creating some sort of bandwidth issue. Okay, so I'm just closing this one. Now is drug.com. Drug.com is also a great tool. Drug.com, you get similar kind of information, but you also get pricing information also on this. So 1 second. Okay, I think pricing is not showing. I'll just search it for you. Again, web link and all, I don't suggest that. Okay. Interaction checker is also there. Pill identifier is there. Pricing. Pricing and coupons here. So for a lot of drugs, you will get the pricing here top. drug searches. So let's go for top drug searches. Let's go for Austedo. So it will tell you about, Austedo, commonly used for Huntington's and tardive dyskinesia, and the cost of oral 6 mg is around $5,149 for the supply of 60 tablets, basically. So you in US you get 60 tablet dosage. So for that you get this. And then there is 9 mg and 12 mg. So for them, these are the costing. Again, you cannot rely on this costing, but this is again a starting point, a good starting point for you. If you click on this, per unit cost is $85.82. Uh, See, they are also given us disclaimer that they cannot, tell you. But again, as I said, it is just a starting point. From here, you can also check out generics also. So drug.com can be used for all this information. Uh, then GoodRx, again, GoodRx is a very good tool, very good website again for the pricing. But still, again, I'll tell you, um, this is more of GoodRx is more about online platform of checking what product is available at what price. Um, I don't really um, um, you know rely on it much, but again, it is a good starting point. So I've looked into Everest, which I looked earlier also. Everest is a spinal muscle atrophy drug. Um, with good RX coupon, you can get it at 25,791. And the retail price is 30,821 dollars. It's at Rite Aid or Safeway. If you check, so it gives you a different pricing for all. It will tell you at what prices it available at what place. Again, it's a starting point. You can take out an average if you're you want this information for your client. You can if you look at GoodRx, or you can do it at drug.com also. Actually, rather than drug.com, this is a little better source for this kind of an information. Now we've already covered website PI. Now let's go and cover. Yeah, now let's go and cover drugs at FDA. So FDA is a vast website. I'll be covering FDA at a full length one more time. But at this moment, let's just go with drugs at FDA. So drugs at FDA is a very amazing place. You put it, drugs at FDA. Here, see, there are so many things which are available on FDA website. I'll go about everything, what are the use and all those things in the next videos. This is already, a longer video. So we look into drugs at FDA search. We click on it. Once we click on it, it will open this page for us. See, I have already opened it. So it will so for example, I want to, again, let's go with pembrolizumab or Keytruda. If I search, see, first very important thing to know, if by the name you're not able to gather that, whether this drug is a small molecule or a biologic, don't Google it, don't do anything else, don't, look for names. What you should do is you should just come on at drugs at FDA, type the name, you'll get to know whether it's a BLA or a NDA. So on the top, you will find BLA or NDA. I can show you. Lenvatinib or Lenvima, which is the brand name. And I think there are some generics. Yeah. So Lenvatinib, Sun Pharma has already an approved generic of it. So Lenvima, if we click on this, here you see NDA and the NDA number. So from here, I can very confidently say that this is a small molecule and Keytruda, it's a biologic. Simple. Yeah, there is another aspect to it. Uh, all the cell and gene therapy will be under BLA only. So for them, you won't be able to identify. But again, I am assuming that you'll be able to make a difference. With what is cell and gene, which one is cell and gene therapy, which one is an ADC, antibody drug conjugate, or radio pharma drug conjugate, or NDA, or so yeah. I'm hopeful, but this is just for the um, simple. So this is the summary review document. So how I did it, I clicked on this summary review. So it opened this document for me. So this is a summary detailed review document for me. Okay. There are a lot of information. Some are redacted because these are confidential information. So company has asked FDA to. So company has provided this information to FDA, but they have gotten redacted. Now there are ways to find out this information, which I will do in the later stages. So again, in the middle, I'm saying, please do share this. I will share these type of tricks because once you understand this basic, then we will go on to the much advanced version of these searches and all. So yeah, there is a way of finding out this redacted information also. So this is summary review um, for the drug. Let's just close it. Then we have product information. You can download this information in the CSV, Excel, or print format. Then we have approval history. Okay. So now with this is also one good great way of knowing what was the change, or uh, how the drug has evolved over the years. So in my one of my previous videos, I've told you about Wayback Machine. So Wayback Machine can be used to check out websites, how the websites or the companies have evolved. But if you want to see how the product and if it is an approved or an unapproved product, how the product has evolved, you can see from here. So these are all labels. Again, your PIs basically. So the PI which I've showed you about the Keytruda, similar PIs are here. And these PIs are all PIs basically. You can check out these PI. Obviously, this is Lenvatinib. Let's go and do Keytruda only so that we are always on the same page. See here, you can see BLA. There is summary review. There is a medication guide also. So let's go and check out the medication guide also. So this is medication guide. It gives you detail. This is basically nothing but a PI. And in PI you will in the bottom you will have this medication guide. Okay. So we have this. There is a history. So first approval, and it got orphan drug designation. So you can get this information from here. This information will be very helpful when you are estimating the launch timeline. So using Keytruda as an analog. So I'll tell you about this in future videos. Um, so yeah, uh, this is the first letter or review. Um, the approval letter, the review, the summary review, and the label, the first label. So you can check out this. Let me just show you the label. This is the first label. Now you can compare. See that label, it had 3 pages approximately of indication and all those details. And here it's just 1 page. It shows you how the label has evolved over the years. Even in this section, you can see the warnings, the precaution, clinical studies, all those details summed up in a very short. because lesser information. Just close it. Okay. See, I'm worried about my mic's battery going out. Okay, so see the latest. It was supplement document, label, and the letter. So on what basis? So let me show you what how letter looks like. It refers to a supplement BLA, SBLA, which is applied on filed on 30th January 2024. An amendment and subjected section 351 for the public health about this approval labeling waivers content and label. So you can read about this required pediatric assessment, post marketing complete commitment, and all these details are there in this letter. So what all has been uh, amended, it has been written in this document. Sorry. So okay, so this label has included the results of keynote 564 analysis, third interim results basically. Okay, so these are the details. So accordingly, you can check out all of these labels, create a history of the product. Um, these are all the labels, and previously was a approval date and a history review, and these are all labels. So how a label has evolved over the years, you can check out this. In the middle, this is um, uh, approval type, and then the letters or the labels basically. Okay, so I hope this is good information. We will talk about. Oh, sorry. So now in our next videos, when I'll discuss about FDA, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this, and I'll tell you also how it is useful. By that time, again, I'll give you a small homework. Go to the glossary section of this basically and read about the abbreviations. See, as an analyst, you should be aware about all these typical word terminologies. These are pretty straightforward. You should be knowing this. Uh, if you're going for even in interviews, a lot of companies ask these questions. Okay. So, yeah. So you can use this. So yeah, read about the glossary. Obviously, I'm not going to discuss the glossaries. But yeah, I will be discussing this and how they are useful in our future videos. Now let's go to Center Watch. Center Watch is also again a very amazing website, amazing tool. Again, I'm already telling you about those things which are very, very useful. We are already 53 minutes, so I want to close it before 1 hour. So let's see. I won't cut short anything. Okay, so Center Watch is again a paid platform, but there's a lot of information which is freely available on Center Watch. So just refresh everything. So you can search on this, which is the trial near me. Again, I for this kind of information, I wouldn't prefer Center Watch, but again, this is a decent platform. So you can, let's say, I want to search about melanoma. So condition, see condition melanoma. I searched. I want to, again, this is mostly done for patient finder study, check eligibility and contact the study. So this is basically meant for patients for patients to find out the studies and all. So let's just say I say no, nothing. Let's just melanoma, active not recruiting, accepts healthy volunteers, all this accepts male age. You can put in all these filters and you will find out how many studies are there. So this again, you can use it for your CI purposes. Let's just say this one. If I check out this one, It will give me eligibility criteria, all these details. Okay. Inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria. Then I'll have my study design. So in the study design, it is accepting 146 patients in 3 groups. The primary treatment is going to be this drug. It's a phase 1/2 study. It started in July 27, 2022, and it's expected to complete in 25. Its sites are these. So mostly, I think they are in Australia, I guess. No, there is US site as well. Okay. Another study for you. Sign up as a volunteer. So this is, clinical trial listing of the center watch. Moving on, you can find out about the trials again. I did melanoma, but you can do it from the indication, therapy area also, and location wise also. So again, there are 3 ways of doing it. You can do this by this way also. Like for example, Asia. I'm based in India, so let's just say India. Okay. Now again, this is multiple website, oh sorry, multiple sites within India. So again, I can go into say Ahmedabad 52. I have 52 results basically. So I am showing only active sites and all that. So yeah, I'll close this because 1 second. Okay, they have marketing services. No, we're not interested in that. Okay, newsletter. Yes, if you are a regular, user or you want to see regular information, they have pretty good, decent newsletters, research practitioner weekly, monthly newsletter. So you can subscribe to them. Then they have white papers, pretty decent white papers. You can read from them and understand. They mostly specifically talk about real world studies and all. So yeah, this is something which I wanted to show you before I end this discussion and this video. So let's just again have a scenario. This scenario is I want to check which are the drugs which are approved in melanoma, let's say. Okay, so condition is melanoma. Okay, no, nothing else, only melanoma. See, it started showing me melanoma. What all are approved in melanoma? So Amtagvi, which is suspension. It is basically looks like a cell therapy. If I see autologous T cell immunotherapy. So from IOMS, yes. It is recently approved actually. Bractovi, Novartis molecule, Cotellic Roche molecule, Keytruda, we have, see, it is here. Mechanist, Opdivo. So a lot of molecules are approved in melanoma. Let's just go for some sort of okay. Spinal muscle atrophy. So you remember that I showed you one molecule about SME, Everest, which is an siRNA. It's a Roche molecule. Spinraza, it's a Biogen molecule. And Zolgensma, it's an cell and gene therapy from Novartis. So this is an important page for us. So I want to create a landscape and I want to check out which drug is approved, which all drugs are approved in which indication. Then I can check out by a company that, let's say, AbbVie, what are its approved molecules. Sorry, I think site is crashing for whatever reasons. I don't know what it showed. Sorry. So I'm pretty sure you've gotten the idea. And by years. So you can check out by year as well. then by filter name, and so sort. So this is an important update. So this is about drugs, uh, how to find information about pipeline drugs, approved drugs, and you know the information about the drugs, prescriber information. I can from DrugBank I can look into drugs which are in clinical stage also, and other places. Sorry, other type of molecules. So this video was all about, yeah, this video it was all about drugs, products, what to find, how to find, and where to find them. Um, and this is very important step for creating your landscapes. So I think, yeah, I think you should feel, highly capable now to track any products and do their research. So once again, thank you all for watching this video. I know this has been a long video, 1 hour video, and but this was an important step because knowing about the drugs is a very important thing. So my next video, I'll probably be covering about FDA website as a website. So I'll be covering Orange Book, Purple Book, and shortage, and a lot of other things from FDA. Uh, Maximum possibility is that video would also be a longer video because FDA website is also very vast. And after FDA, I'll be covering EMA, and after EMA, I will cover. Um, I'll start. So basically, my after this video, after so 3 videos. The fourth video is basically going to be about the clinical trials and clinicaltrial.gov specifically. And I'll also discuss about more trial registries. So thank you once again. It was great to show you all these details. I hope this must have add value and given you details, and you learn from it. So happy learning. Keep posting your comments. Keep sharing your comments, and sharing your suggestions. What all should I be covering? If you have any problems, assessing something, just share with me over the email or write to me on my LinkedIn. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you. Have a nice day. Happy learning. Bye bye.